Final home weekend of the season coming up for the Jacksonville State ladies. Our volleyball team at home here Friday night, 7 o'clock, first serve time for Eastern Kentucky. And then Saturday night, 7 o'clock, it'll be Morehead State here. Friday night is senior night, Saturday night, family night for all the seniors as well. Rachel Perucci, sophomore setter, and Ashley Klingen, a junior defensive specialist, to visit with us here. And, well, one's from right here just outside the doors of Pete Matthews Coliseum, and the other one's from some of that big state here west of us. So, first of all, Rachel, I'm going to start with you. Tomball, Texas.
Yes.
Allison Zulke is from there. Mm-hmm. Did that play a part in your coming to Jacksonville State?
Definitely. When I first heard about Jacksonville State, it was because Allison had committed here. And my senior year, when I heard that, they needed another setter, I called her up and I was like, hey, do you think I could hang there? Do you think I could, play it? She's like, yeah, So it was definitely her helping me along coming here. So
all right, you've done it sort of the hard way, I'll put it, with the fact that you walked on and came here, but to be able to play at home, so to speak, is that pretty neat for you?
It is. I get to be around my family and my friends, and I've had former teachers and coaches come watch me, and that's just really cool. So
all right, you played in every match last year, played in every match so far this season. What is it like moving from high school and club to Division I volleyball?
The speed of the game is a lot different, and in high school and club, you usually have one or two stars of the team that are really good. Well, when you get to college, everyone was the star of their high school team. Everyone was the best player on their club team. So it's just kind of you're playing with the best of the best. So the speed's different, the intensity, the atmosphere. Obviously, the P is huge, and I never played somewhere like this. So coming into it was hard, but my freshman year, I had to jump right into playing because of Jen's injury, and I think I got used to it, and now it's just like home. It's real comforting.
All right, you've worked your way. You play all the time as well, but you're coming. Sometimes you're out, then you're right back in there as far as a defensive specialist. Does it give you a better feel for the game, maybe when you're out and you watch just a few plays in there?
Definitely. When I'm playing, I'll be out for 3 rotations when Cargo's on the front row. And so when I'm out, I usually just try to watch and see, who's in my position at that time and just see what I can be doing and what the other team is doing. So that really helps that I get to see during the game what's going on.
Big weekend last weekend. Well, I'll say big week last week. You beat Tennessee Tech Wednesday night, straight sets, and then Friday night was a little bit more difficult. 2-0. Is it just you just got to play every play like it's the end of the match?
Definitely. We preach over and over again in the locker room, on the bench, and practice to play every point like it's your last point and take it one ball at a time. So, coming out being down 2-0 from the half, we were all really calm because we knew it just took one ball at a time. And so I think that because we preach it so often, that helped keep us calm.
You came in after halftime intermission, made some terrific plays here in that third and fourth set. You feel any extra pressure at that point when you're down 2-0?
I think we were all disappointed by the way that we played in the first 2 sets. We weren't really expecting to come out that way, but at intermission, I think, like Rachel said, we were just calm and we just had this sense of, okay, this is it, we got to go do it. And so I think we all just came out ready to go and that we weren't going to lose that game.
All right. Each week that we've done this, I've asked your favorite memory or something like that. I've been set up in this one. This is Sandwich Woman. If you've seen some of these other interviews, all the girls or most of them have talked about the sandwich part being their favorite memory. All right, Rachel, it's your chance now. Is that your favorite memory?
Definitely not. Definitely not my favorite memory. Probably my most embarrassing memory.
But everybody loved it.
Yeah, everyone loved it. It's a big joke now, in the locker room. And what's really funny is the other night Ashley's dad comes in and does a sermon for us before the game, and we all had these little sugar packets, and I was putting something up, and they put the sugar packet on my chair, and I sat on the sugar packet. And everyone was like, wow, oh my goodness. And then when they heard that I was doing the interview today, they're like, are you going to tell the story? And I'm like, no, because everyone's heard it.
So what's your favorite memory?
Overall, Costa Rica was probably my ultimate favorite. We did so much different things, and I'd never been out of the country until then, so it was a new experience for me, and the fact that I got to spend it with some of my best friends, so I had a lot of fun.
All right. Your turn, Ashley. What's your favorite memory? Don't say the same. it.
No, that wasn't mine. I don't know if I can just pick one specific memory. I'm just glad that I've had the opportunity to come here and play. And like Rachel said, I've met some of my best friends through this program, and every day that I get to spend with them is a really good day. So.
Thank you, ladies. The rest of them are waiting on you at practice. Coach Campbell is too, so I better let you go. Final 2 home matches of the year, Friday night at 7, Saturday at 7, Jacksonville State here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. It seems like it was just August a few days ago, and you were just getting the season started. Now you're the final 2 weekends of the season coming up.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that it's almost, the end of the end of the regular season, but so much is still up in the air, so much is still played for. So we're still going at it pretty hard.
Well, let's just say last week's matches were sort of different ends of the spectrum. Wednesday night, Tennessee Tech, your friend and your son on the other side, and you whipped them easily in 3 sets, and then you had to do it the hard way in 5 sets after dropping the first 2 on Friday night.
Yeah, Wednesday night, that's always I don't like playing against them just because of Kyle being my son and David being a good friend. They're pretty injured right now. They're pretty beat up. So it was one of those things. I don't know if we whipped them as much as it's just they're depleted at some positions that, we were like that 2 years ago. So it's hard for them. Friday night was a little bit crazy. I mean, giving away the first 2 and then fighting back in the next 3. So, that's a compliment to the girls. They kept fighting. They kept believing in, the system. We changed our lineup in set 3 into a lineup that we haven't even practiced it. And actually, we're going to practice it today for the first time. And they did a nice job coming out, and made the adjustment. So I'm really proud of them.
I had a can of paint. I didn't know if we had to repaint where you peel the paint off the wall in the locker room at halftime or not.
Oh, I just kind of went in and said, come on, girls, let's go. Yeah, no, actually it wasn't a whole bunch of that. We just went in, we made the adjustments, we made the switch, and, Lee and I talked about it going into the locker room, and this is a team we don't really get on too much. They know what we got to do, and they did it, so I'm proud of them.
I thought Kennedy Powell and some of the other brought some energy and gave you some life when they came in the contest.
Yeah, Kennedy came in and had that block, and she just changed the demeanor of the whole match. I mean, the energy, you said it right. And then in set 4, my gal Ashley had that dig that was huge, and it just sparked the team to get going. And then it kind of turned Carr around. Carr wasn't playing really well at the beginning, and she started playing really well. Allison's Allison, and and I thought Kim at 12. A set 5 to get us to 13. Kim had a huge solo block on their big middle, and that was a good thing. Now if we can just get Allison to serve in at important times, that'll be a good thing.
I thought in the 5th set, you've been there so many times this year already. I mean, they were very calm and pretty confident, and just like it was the first set or something.
Yeah, it was, and it was funny on the sideline. Lee and I talked about that. There was no panic. They just kind of said, okay, we got to go win this game. And, we changed over, and when we changed over, they called timeout right after that, and it was just, okay, we got to go do our job, and we went out at 8-4, and Madison Cooler had to block it to make it 9-4, and then we scored again, and, yeah, it was just like set 1, so we're playing too many of those. We need to get it done earlier, I guess.
Getting their money's worth, all other scholarship that they can. Eastern Kentucky Friday, Morehead State Saturday. Neither one of those will be easy, will they?
Eastern Kentucky's really good. They had an injury, and then I think they've actually gotten better since the injury, and and she's one of their best players that got hurt, but it changed their offense. It really changed how they're doing things. They're well coached. I really like their coach, and I expect them to be really tough. And Saturday, Morehead's fighting for a playoff spot. We can put them out of reach of us with a win on Saturday, which it's important to us. I think we still need for sure to win one more to get in the tournament, and we get our chance at home this weekend. But if we do what we did last weekend, I hope the atmosphere is the same. How about? I mean, we had a great atmosphere last week, and I hope it's the same this week.
Friday night, senior night, Saturday night, then you're going to recognize their families. Special weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really a special weekend, especially for these 4 seniors. And, I say 4 seniors all the time, but I throw my son in there. He's a senior, so he'll be out there with them. All 5 of them they've built this program to what it used to be, or getting back to what it used to be when Rick was here. And they're just 4 special kids, and obviously my son, what he does, in practice and all that kind of stuff. But those 4 girls have set an example for years to come for what we're going to do in this program, and I couldn't be prouder of I mean, my gal Hannah's got 1,000 digs, Allison 1,000 kills, Cara 1,000 kills, Jen over 3,000 sets. We're talking about, and they're all great in the classroom.
The foundation has been poured, I guess, by them.
Yeah, it really has, and I'm just really proud of them. It's going to be a pretty emotional night, that night for me anyhow.
Your first class.
Yeah, my first class here. So, yeah.
All right. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, buddy.
Terry Gamble, Jacksonville State Volleyball, his ladies will be playing host to Eastern Kentucky here Friday night at 7. Morehead State's in here Saturday night at 7. Coming out cheer on the ladies, free admission, Jacksonville State Volleyball at Pete Matthews Coliseum.